Guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Max. Today's going to be my first video, and I figured that I'd kick off the channel by talking about what I carry on me on a daily basis. Where applicable, I'm not allowed to carry a firearm into a hospital, school zone, federal building, stuff like that. So anywhere else that I'm at that it's permissible, I carry what I'm about to show. So I'll just start it off. In my front right pocket, the first thing that I'll show is I carry a multi-tool. It's a Gerber dime. I like these little pocket tools. I did carry around a full-size multi-tool on me for a while, but having it down in my pocket, it took up a lot of real estate. I didn't want to mount it on my belt. I didn't want to be one of those guys. I don't use a multi-tool that much, so this is just a small multi-tool when I need one. I like this one because it has pliers and scissors on it. A couple other things that it has tweezers, bottle opener, flathead and Phillips screwdriver. I already said scissors and pliers. It's got a cool little sheep's foot blade. See if I can get that to focus. It's got a cool little sheep's foot blade. I haven't used it too much, but I think it looks pretty sweet. And then it's got, that's pretty cool. It's called a package opener, but I've never seen one on a multi-tool. I've used that one quite a bit for blister packing and stuff like that. This works extremely well. But yeah, that takes up very little space. Keep it right up here in my watch pocket. Right underneath that, I carry a Spyderco Delica 4. It's got the Emerson Wave on it. Camera doesn't like to focus. But it's got the VG10 steel. It's a super lightweight, real thin knife. The VG10 holds an edge extremely well. It's not the best steel for prying, but that's not the intended purpose for a knife. So just don't use it for prying, and this knife will serve you extremely well. It's got a skeletonized frame on the inside, so it maintains its steel or strength. And then I believe it's a glass reinforced nylon is what the outer coating is, so it still has a lot of strength even without that inner skeletal structure. So I got this on a deal on Amazon. I think it was money well spent. I don't see the need for any other knife in my life except for maybe a fixed blade or a bushcraft knife. I wouldn't consider this a bushcraft knife. However, I think you could get a whole mess of things done in the bushcraft world with this blade. So this is my do-it-all knife. Kind of complement the little knife on here. This is just like a little tiny knife for maybe smaller tasks, and this one for bigger tasks. Moving on, in that same pocket I carry just a regular Bic lighter. I did carry a Zippo for a while, but by the time that I ended up actually needing to use that Zippo, I pulled it out and all the fluid had bled out. These things just work forever. I've sent that one through the washer and dryer probably about 10 times and it still works. Once they get wet, they are hard to fire back up. My wallet is not really a wallet. It's just a band that holds my cards together. I can slip some cash in there. Pretty basic stuff right there on the wallet. So, left pocket, I will carry my flashlight. This is a Streamlight ProTac 1L. The reason why I like this flashlight so much is it uses either CR123 batteries, and if I happen to run out of batteries, I'm able to use a AA battery in this. I don't get the same output. I can't remember off the top of my head what the output is, but I know it exceeds 300 lumens with the CR123. The Streamlights have their 10-tap programming. I just keep it on high for the first mode, and if I need a lower mode of light, I can just triple click, and I think that takes it down to 100 lumens, which is still pretty bright, but yeah. So other than the flashlight that I have on my phone, which is way dimmer than the lowest mode of this, I've got two flashlights. I'm recording on my phone right now, otherwise I typically carry my phone in my left pocket along with the flashlight and just a basic pen. I've changed this pen out probably about 100 times just because I either lose or misplace or never put it back in my pocket. So nothing too special there. Back left pocket, I carry a tool that I kind of put together. I bought this little 1/4 inch bit driver from Sears, and then I took a mechanical pencil clip and clipped it around here just so it'll sit on my back pocket. Then I have a bit holder, and you'll see that I have the 1/4 inch bit actually sitting up top of there so that it will carry the bits along with it. It's kind of low profile. I like to carry star bits because they can fill the role of an Allen screw, and at the same time I have star bits if needed. Along with what I carry on my person, I do also carry my bag, and inside my bag I have a pouch that I carry additional bits, so to cover, you know, more tools that I may need in the future, along with like sockets and a larger multi-tool. I'll get into the bag in a separate video. This is just what I carry on my person every day. This bag goes with me everywhere, so that's why I'm including it in the everyday carry video. But I am going to make a separate video that's going to show the contents of this bag and a miniature review of the bag itself, because I think this bag has a lot to offer anybody that intends on carrying more than what they carry on their person. So moving on to the last thing that I carry on me is I carry a Gen 4 Glock 19 and an additional magazine. I have cleared out the firearm chamber, but I do have a loaded magazine in there. I carry Federal 124 grain HSTs. I carry 15 rounds of that in my first magazine. The mag that I carry in the gun is unloaded. On the gun itself, I have an Enforce APLC, and then I have a Magpul Magwell. It's low profile. It helps just a little bit to kind of slam that magazine in there. I was watching the camera while I was doing that, so of course I missed. You should know how to do that by feel anyways. Other than that, I do have a set of the Trigicon HDs, but it is a flat black rear sight. There's no trinium in there. I kind of like it. I do want to switch out the rear for a Trigicon HD night sight set, but for day shooting, these sights work extremely well for me. As far as my second magazine that I carry, I just carry some 124 grain NATO spec ball ammo. I typically carry Freedom munitions. Right now we just shot the rest of my Freedom munition the last time that we went to the range, and I haven't re-upped my stash. So right now I have some 124 grain Winchester in there, and also those I've never had any issues with that ammo. Now I'm not saying that about all Winchester ammo, but I've had pretty good luck out of their 124 grain or their NATO spec stuff. I do like it a lot, and the reason why I carry 124 grain full metal jacket in my second magazine is because if I made it through the first 16 rounds of jacketed hollow points, the HSTs, if I made it through that and I'm still needing to shoot, the chances are that the person who's a threat to me has already seeked cover, or or the people that, so you have to be accountable for your rounds. But the chances are is if you made it through 16 rounds, people have already fled, people are already hiding. So you still need to be accountable for your rounds, but the chances are greatly reduced that you're going to have pass-throughs that could injure somebody. So my holster system that I carry, I just carry it on a normal leather belt. There's a lot of great belt options out there, but this belt served me extremely well for carrying, for keeping my pants up and everything like that. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But this holster system, I'm going to be doing an independent review on this holster itself. This is the Tier 1 Concealed Aegis holster. I bought it in the configuration for, they have a combo on their website where you can buy it for a gun without a light and a gun with a light, and then it comes with one mag caddy. I bought it like that. My brother has the same firearm that I do, so I just gave him the non-light compatible one. because he doesn't run a light on his, and he's happy with just the holster system alone. But the reason why I like this holster system, there's a lot of other holsters out there that are like this, but none of them utilize this flex point right here. There's a strip of leather in there held together by snaps, and that's another good thing about this, is if I just wanted to run just a holster, I have the holster there. It does utilize a claw and one belt clip. There are multiple configurations that you can get your holster set up in on their website. I just chose to go with one clip on the gun holster and one clip on the magazine holster. It's pretty suitable for me. There's not very many times where I only carry a gun. I always carry a spare magazine, and I typically ride it all up front just how I was just wearing it. I find it extremely comfortable. Even though it's appendix carry, a lot of people think that appendix carry is unsafe. They think that there can be a lot that goes wrong with it, and if you're untrained, if you do not practice, and always practice with an unloaded gun, get your repetitions in before you decide to go out and practice with a loaded gun. And that, even if you're going to take that step, I highly recommend that you get actual training from somebody that's going to walk you through the steps of safely deploying your firearm. So the Tier 1 Concealed Aegis, going back to that, I can't say enough good things about it. I don't have any design flaws or anything like that I think that they could have worked around. Their website is laid out extremely well. They've thought ahead of basically every end user that may want to use their system. Now, I will say that getting these snaps back together, they are pretty tough. For some reason, I can't get that one in there. I usually work top to bottom. Now, of course, that I'm working bottom to top, it's gonna... Alright. So, yeah, I bought the combo pack on Tier 1 Concealed's website, I think for $205 before shipping and handling. It was here within a couple weeks, which I had mine custom made. They do have quick ship models, but I like, you know, it's inside my waistband. Nobody's going to really see it, so I didn't really see a need for a Cordura wrap or multicam or any of the extra added features. In the future, I would like to get an additional holster for maybe like a RMR slide cut, some raised suppressor height sights, a threaded barrel, but a threaded barrel would work in this because it's an open bottom as well as a compensator. But this holster will only work with, right now, the Enforce APL-C. So if I wanted to change up light options or anything like that, or if I wanted RMR, well, you know what? I don't know that I would need to get an additional holster for the RMR, just because it seems like I have enough clearance right here for the RMR, and I didn't get a suppressor height holster, but if I show you the clearance on that holster, you'll see that you have ample space for suppressor height sights. So I think that was a well thought out design by him. So even if you wanted to run a threaded barrel compensator, RMR, or suppressor height sights, this one holster will do it. You just need to get it compatible with the flashlight that you're going to use or the model pistol you're going to use. Well, I just did a mini review on this holster. I am going to do a more in-depth review of the holster and kind of my impressions on it, show some shooting footage of me using it. Next video that's going to be coming, though, is going to be my second tier of my everyday carry. This is the Vertex EDC Transit Sling, and lots of good stuff in there, but I am going to actually do an independent review of the bag itself after I show the contents. I'll just take the contents out, set them to the side, and show you the features of the bag. But until next time, guys, take it easy, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.